You see, hypnosis is not about somebody else controlling your mind, but hypnosis is about understanding that your mind has a tendency to control you. In fact, it's very similar to an experience that you all have had and have every single night when you fall asleep and you dream. You see, when you dream, your mind plays a situation, a story, a scenario that is not true, but it feels true while you are in it. You experienced what you believed to be true. Hypnosis, at its core, is simply about understanding that at our nature, we are wired to experience what we believe. Now, another way you might be familiar with this is through the placebo effect, which is where somebody can take a fake medicine, so something like a sugar pill or saline solution, or something that in and of itself should not actually help you get better or improve your sickness. But it does, because we believe when we take something, it will help us get better. Even if the something that we take is actually nothing, we have a different experience, because we believe that taking something will improve our symptoms, and it does. Hypnosis is about understanding that we experience what we believe.
Depending on which circles you run in, hypnosis might seem like a sort of new agey practice that's wheedled its way into mental health treatment by means of hippie therapists who you wish were your aunt. But it might surprise you, like it did me, that hypnotherapy actually predates modern psychotherapy. Now, I guess I should clarify, I'm not talking about hypnotic trances in general. Those go back thousands of years. For example, in ancient Egypt, there were these things called sleep temples, where priests would induce a trance-like state through chanting, music, and sensory deprivation so that people could seek healing through their dreams. And there's ancient Hindu and Chinese practices that are intended to induce an altered state of consciousness through meditation, breath control, and focused attention so that individuals can reach spiritual enlightenment or balance the flow of qi in their body. Honestly, it seems like shaman, medicine women, and spiritual leaders have induced hypnotic trances for practically all of human history. But no, people who've been hypnotized generally say it's a pleasant experience. They'll often describe feeling like they're in a flow state where they're fully aware of their surroundings, but able to block out distractions. Sort of like how you might get absorbed in a really good book or movie. And like with a book, or movie, or YouTube video, even though people report feeling intently focused, they also share feeling calm and relaxed during hypnosis. This is very different from most popular media portrayals of hypnosis, which tend to make it seem kinda magical, but there's nothing mystical or supernatural about it. Contrary to common misconceptions, you can't be hypnotized against your will. And when you're hypnotized, the hypnotist is not controlling your mind, and they can't make you do anything that you might find disagreeable or reprehensible or illegal. You're not unconscious during hypnosis, and you're not asleep. You remember pretty much everything that happens. That is, unless you're told to expect hypnotic amnesia. What is hypnosis? Well, it's complicated. The simple answer is that we don't know. There is no consensus model used to explain hypnosis. However, most theories fall into one of two categories: state or non-state explanations. State theories propose that hypnosis involves an altered state of consciousness. So in other words, you're neither awake nor asleep, but instead in this third state that enables these unique characteristics seen with hypnosis. On the other side of the coin, we have the non-state theories, which don't believe hypnosis is an altered state and instead view it as a social performance. So, let's explore the research a little bit and parse things out. If you read early research on hypnosis, a lot of it uses patient self-report to support its findings, and more often than not, the self-report seems to give evidence for the state theory. After hypnosis, individuals often describe experiencing alterations in consciousness, such as time distortion, dissociation from their surroundings, and a sense of detachment from their own actions or sensations. In general, there's pretty good consistency between people's experiences across individuals, so that seems to give some confidence to this being an actual state. But, of course, while self-report can offer some valuable insight into the experience, it can't stand on its own. Otherwise, Mesmer's animal magnetism would still be alive and well. So let's look at the biological side of things. fMRI, EEG, and PET scan studies seem to consistently show that the brains of people who are highly hypnotizable react differently to hypnosis and hypnotic suggestions compared to those who are very unlikely to be hypnotized. By the way, while I'm talking about it, it's worth mentioning that it's estimated that around 15 to 20% of the population are considered highly hypnotizable, while 15 to 20% are rarely hypnotizable, and the rest are just medium well done. But in any case, it appears that highly hypnotizable people experience significantly more theta waves during hypnosis. And interestingly, they also seem to experience more theta waves in general, like even when not hypnotized, when compared to those who are very unlikely to be hypnotized. Theta waves are a type of brain wave that an EEG measures, and they're often present in several other altered states of consciousness, such as during REM sleep. But they're also an important part of attention, decision-making, creative thinking, and memory formation. So, you might look at this and think that this really gives support for the idea that hypnosis induces a different state of consciousness. That said, changes in the brain occur for a wide range of reasons, including as part of performing a task or as a response to expectations. After all, the placebo effect can cause changes in the brain too. Theta waves also increase during meditation, or when you're really relaxed, or even when you're just quietly concentrating, which all seem to share similar characteristics to hypnosis. So, while hypnosis does have an impact on brain activity, it's not really conclusive evidence of it being a different state. And in fact, it's pretty much impossible for scientists to determine if a person is hypnotized simply by looking at their brain scans. There simply are not enough biological markers of a hypnotic state to distinguish it from other states.